Okay, we are actually live tonight. Hi, I'm your Blue Table Talk host. I'm Jeffrey Jones, and we in for a good treat tonight. We have a certified personal trainer on tonight. But before we get to her and I introduce her, let's talk about COVID-19. We still need people to get their vaccines and to stay safe. So if you hadn't gotten your vaccine, you need to go and get it. They're from 12-year-old on up, and they're trying to get down to 5-year-olds and up so that everybody could be safe. Yes, you do have to. If you're in school, students, you do have to wear masks. Here in Beaumont, put off in orange, the triplex. They are mask mandated. So in order for you to be in the schools, you do need to wear your mask every day. Mask up, stay safe, and if you're sick, stay home. So let's see, they're giving the vaccines, the Pfizer vaccines, Tuesdays and Thursday, 8 to 4, and the Moderna on Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 to 4. So if you have not received your vaccine, you need to go and get them. Now the booster is out right now. So if you are eligible to get the booster, especially if your immune system, you have a weak immune system, you can go ahead and get it now. They say wait 8 months after your last vaccine, but if you have a weak immune system, you can go ahead and get it now. Like I said, you can get the Pfizer Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 4, and you can also get that booster Moderna on Mondays and Wednesdays from 8 to 4. So also we do now Beaumont now have an infusion center, whereas if you get COVID-19, you can register to go and be infused at the infusion center on the interstate. And if you don't have the number is 550-2536 to register for it. Or you can go to your doctor, your PCP, and ask them to give you a prescription to get the infusion. I'm hearing that a lot of people who have received the infusion said it's working. They feel a lot better. So let's do what we have to do to keep this COVID-19 down. Otherwise, they're going to shut down everything like they did once before. We don't want that. We want to be able to see our families. We want to be able to be with our friends. We want to be able to do things that we've been doing. And we're trying to get back to normalcy. And this is not normal right now. Having COVID-19 is not normal. So, and I also want to say thanks to President Biden for releasing the troops in Afghanistan. And they are home now, most of them. There's still some that are out there, and this war been going on for 20 years since 911. So it's been going on for 20 years, and so now they are home with their families. I know the families the people who families were out there, they are having a good time right now because their family member is home. Okay, so tonight we have Fitu personal trainer Kayako Johnson. That's it, right?
Yes, I think so. Unless you put an extra O in there. Kayako.
Okay, so Kay.
Hey,
Kay
absolutely.
Johnson, and she's from Houston, Texas, and also she's like I said, she is a physical trainer out there, and he's a personal physical trainer out there in Houston, Texas, and we're gonna hear from her tonight. So welcome tonight to Blue Table Talk. Okay.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I'm
Yes,
excited.
ma'am. I appreciate having you. When I heard about what you did, I immediately jumped on it and said, "Oh yeah, I have to have her on my show." Now, a couple of weeks ago, we had someone here in Beaumont on that was a physical trainer. So I like to hear from a lot because different people do different things.
Hmm.
So I like to hear a lot of talk about what you guys do and how you can get people fit and what we need to do to stay fit. So especially during this pandemic because we're relaxed right now.
Right.
And by us being relaxed, we don't want to do anything. We just want to eat, sleep, and that's it. Look at
Watch
television.
TV.
Yeah. So,
Exactly.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'll tell you, Deborah, my background is not in any kind of athletic anything.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And so I was going back and forth with God. And my story is in my book. I have a book, Healed Inside Out, My Journey to Wholeness. But as I was just really communing with God and just really trusting and leaning on Him for my healing, which He healed me totally miraculously. Uh, I made a vow to God that I would take care of my body.
Mm-hmm.
So after the chemo and everything, I was done with that. I kind of forgot my vow. So for about a year or two, I wasn't doing anything. And all of a sudden, one day I remembered, God, I'm not taking care of my body. So I immediately joined the gym. Joined the gym and I started doing aerobics. I did aerobics. I think I lost maybe 15 pounds and I was just stuck. And so I was online looking one day and I saw a friend that I used to, a friend of mine's, and I saw that she looked really great. She was actually doing fitness shows. So I contacted her. She said, yeah, girl, I have a gym now. Come on out. So I started going to work out with her, and Felicia Sexton, who is the owner of the Women's Health and Fitness Center, is that's the gym that I work out of now. So I started training with her. So she pushed us to the next level. So I started doing fitness shows, and so once I did my first fitness show, I just had a passion for letting everybody know how good I felt and how good they can feel too. But my most passion was for health. I wanted to be healthy, and I'm passionate about people being healthy. So that's kind of my background of how I got into the fitness. So my journey is a journey of health. It's not only just jumping around exercising, because the truth be told, 80% of your journey to health or journey in fitness is food. So I really talk about food a lot.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's kind of my background of how I got in or started.
But before you were a trainer, what weren't you something else? I mean,
I was I worked my degree is in information systems technology, so I was a systems analyst for Shell, UPS. So I worked I also taught for about 2 years after I left Shell. But my background has always been behind the desk and behind the computer. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I was comfortable with doing. But God
right,
said differently.
right, and then we must listen to God for
Yes,
one
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
thing. Okay, okay. So you gave us a little bit about your credentials and everything. So how long have you been training?
I've been training 2.5 years. So I started in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I started one location in Stafford, Texas, which is out of the Women's Health and Fitness Center. And then the next year, I started another location in Spring, which is on the north side of town, which is in Houston. So
Mm-hmm.
I have two locations that I train out of that are on complete opposite sides of town. So
Oh,
I've been doing that about 2.5 years.
and so I'm sure I can't. I'm not going to ask you if you like it because you must love it because you're going from one side of town to the other side of town. So
You know what? I love it, and I think God gives me the grace to do it because I'm completely starting over. Like I said, my career, my background was in information technology. That's all I knew. I have never been an entrepreneur before, so God has completely given me the grace to do it. I don't know if I would have thought to do it myself any otherwise, but God has given me the grace to do it, and He's given me a real passion to see people healthy. And
mhm.
ironically, because I guess because of my age, maybe I get people that are my age. I get women that are my age, and we come with some issues, but they're just a challenge. They're not long lasting, and a lot of them can be solved with exercise and food. So a lot of my clients come with like high blood pressure, lupus, they just cancer, they've had cancer and things like that. So I really get to use my wisdom, and then just the knowledge that God has given me about taking your care of yourself through an illness with my clients.
Well, I
So
heard earlier what you said earlier before you get to any of the other questions. I heard that you said that you had stage 4 cancer, and God relieved you. I mean, He talked to you and told you that you need to exercise or whatever,
mhm.
and this is why you doing what you do.
Mhm.
So, did that help you a lot or what?
Uh, it helped me. Well, truth be told, the when God talked to me about my healing, which I was seeking him for, it wasn't
Right.
exercise that I needed to do. What I
Right.
needed to do in order to be cancer free and stay free was forgive. I had a lot of unforgiveness in my heart. And so, looking back, and now I'm starting to understand the process of how the body works. Looking back, having a lot of resentment or anger or bitterness on the inside of you, it stops your body from functioning. Your body is at a dis-ease place. And so thereby the name dis-ease, there the term dis-ease comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So my body was a candidate for any kind of disease to set up. So cancer was just, just the result
This
of my
result.
body not being
Right.
just relaxed. And it was because of just holding so much inside. So through that whole process, God taught me to eat right. First of all, he taught me to forgive, just let things go and just really trust him. And then second, he taught me to eat healthier, and then he taught me to exercise. And so in that order, that's kind of how I run my Fit You personal training business, because I believe what God has done for me, he can do for others. And I believe if God sent you to me, then there was a reason, because there's a billion trainers that you can be going to. And I love
Right.
all of my clients. So if you guys are listening, I really appreciate you for training with me. So if I believe if God sent you to me, he sent you to me for a reason.
For a reason. Okay,
Mhm.
let me talk to the viewers. Hello, Lillian, Beverly, and Sheila. How you guys doing? Thank you for joining. Would you do something for us, please? Would you hit your share button on your computer or phone, wherever you have it, so that other people would know that Kay is in and we're talking about personal fitness, so we can get our bodies back in order. And
Mhm.
if you have any questions, please feel free to ask questions because we want you to ask questions.
Mhm.
Hello, Cheryl. And Cheryl LeBlanc is my sister, and
Oh, okay.
and your cousin.
Hello. Yes.
So Kay can answer your questions as we go along with the program. Okay, so Kay, what criteria will you determine for an exercise? For if I wanted to be with you, what criteria would you determine for me for the program?
First, I ask you to go see your physician to make sure
Hmm.
that you're okay to exercise. And then I sit down with you the first day or the and during the consult, I talk about, okay, what do you want from me? What can I help you with? Because I'm here to help you. So my criteria is for you to come in ready to change. My criteria for you is to come in with an open mind and say, that I'm a professional and that you're going to be willing to just participate, and we can work this thing out together. So that's the only criteria that I really have.
Hmm.
So the assessment, it talks about your physical health. Do you have any ailments? Do you have any disabilities? Do you have any any parts of your body that the doctor says you can't move right now? So that type of assessment.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And the first thing I always do, I always go to my doctor
Mhm.
for anything to see what I can or cannot do. And
Mhm.
so, but I'm fit as a horse, so they probably say, "Girl, go and do,
Yeah, make
go
sure
and
it's
do."
not in your head, and make sure it's actually something that you cannot do.
Right, and not just
You
I'm
would
gonna
be
tell you that,
amazed.
huh?
You would be amazed at what I have seen this with my own eyes, that women come in and they are lifting 5 pound weights, and oh, this is heavy. And by the time they leave, they're actually lifting 15-pound dumbbells. And these are not young women. So your body does what you tell it to do if you push it a little. I'm not saying push it to the point where you may be injured, but you have to get a mindset that I can do it if God gives me the strength to do it, which he gave you the strength because you're there. So you just have to trust your trainer, your professional, to push you out of your comfort zone, because a lot of
Right.
people are just too comfortable. That's one thing, I've never stayed comfortable. So we got to get out of being comfortable.
And we're so used to being in our comfort zone that
Yeah.
I mean. That's the hardest thing to pull a person out of is their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
they'll tell you, man, I can't do this. But
Yeah.
they hadn't tried.
Yes.
Tried.
Haven't even tried yet. You
Right.
haven't tried yet. And you literally be like, oh, it's not so bad. And you feel good. And that's what I hear all the time. I feel so good. And you like, where have I been, avoiding all of this
Right.
all my life?
Sheila Whiting is saying your body do what you tell it to
To
do.
do. Uh-huh.
Exactly. So you must know Sheila because Sheila have a lot of things here.
I do. Sheila's my good friend, my sister.
How can the trainer help you? Are you ready to follow the instructions of the professional?
Yeah,
And that's good, Sheila. You have to be ready to follow that
that's
person
right.
because I know for a fact. I I like people to be happy. I always tell jokes and stuff like that. So I had a trainer. I had a personal trainer,
Mm-hmm.
and he couldn't take my personality.
Mm-hmm.
And he dismissed me. It's because
He fired you.
I
He fired you.
right. I mean, it clashed. It clashed. And so I was like, okay, I can do this, but he was really, really trying to help me
Yeah,
on some things I needed help with. But I said, well, I'm teaching exercise in the other room, so I'm good.
yeah,
But he said, you got to go there.
yeah. And and I applaud him for that because some people will just keep taking your money and just keep pretending to train you. But if you feel early in the training less sessions that you're not going to be able to help, then I like to say you're not a good fit for this program, but
Right.
maybe you're a good fit for
For
somebody
another.
for another trainer. Yeah.
So, what is your communication style, demeanor when you're training someone, your
You know
client?
what they say, what they call me is the gentle beast. And at first I was offended. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, beast. Then okay. Then I took offense of gentle because I'm not aggressive enough. And then somebody said, no, this is how you train. You tell us we're gonna do 15. And then when we say, oh, I'm at 10, I'm tired. You'll say with your little voice, so sweet, okay, you got that 10. Now just give me 5 more. So they say my voice is so soft, but I'm stern in what I'm
Right.
asking you to
Right.
do.
That's,
So
that's, that's what I was going to ask you. Were you stern in your doings?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you rest, and then I figure out. I'm gonna look and see if there's really an issue. But if I know there's no issue, we're gonna get our 15 in. Take a deep
So,
breath. Let's keep going.
so are you like a beast when it's time for training and stuff like that?
Now that's one of the other issues I have because at the gym that I train out of, we post a lot of our training. So I tell everybody, don't look at what your trainer does as their routine because you're not going to do that. The way we train is totally different than the way we train our clients because the way we train, we're training for like fitness shows. So we're not training a person that just wants to lose 10 pounds, tone up, and just be healthy. We're training to get down to 15% body fat and to have a asymmetrical physique when you're going up on the stage and things like that. So you can't judge, your trainers, how they're training of how they're going to train you. So my training is totally different. I train a couple of people like I train, but they're wanting different results.
Right. So, what
Mhm.
kind of results should I expect? What I
Well, that's what we talk about on the first day. When I ask you, what can I do for you?
uh-huh.
You tell me exactly what you're looking for. I need to lose. Some people say I need to lose 50 pounds. They don't need to lose no 50 pounds. That's in their mind. So I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, 50 pounds. I'm going to put 50 pounds down. But what we're going to do when you get to 30, because of the way we train and because you're going to be following your eating guidelines, your body may look awesome at 30 pounds and you
Mm-hmm.
won't need to lose 50. So we'll put 50, but we're going to take it and we're going to take it by sight and see how you look at 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So, what if someone just say, I just want to lose my abdomen, my stomach area, my belly
no,
fat, my belly fat. So, you that's all you work on is the belly fat, or
no,
are
you
there other
don't.
things?
You know what I do? I give my little sign and I say abs are made in the kitchen. So you know what? I'm gonna make me a sign up. Abs are made in the kitchen. So when
Because what
somebody
what
comes,
you eat, huh? What you
what
eat.
you eat, what you eat directly. Like I just did a show about 6 weeks ago. So we were all fit and flat stomachs and everything. But as soon as we leave the show, we go eat Mexican food. We eat cookies. And so guess where that fat comes back first? It comes back to the abdomen area.
Adam in the
So
area.
it always comes there first for women, especially probably men too, but I don't train men, so I don't know. But for women, it always comes back to those stubborn areas that were the last to go. It comes back there first. So we don't spot train. So if you say, well, I just want to tone up my arms, or I just want to tone up my legs, we might can kind of will work more strategically there, but you're
Mm.
going to get a full body workout.
Now I know that you live in Houston, so is Houston the Stafford or whatever? Is that the only areas that you would go? You would like be like a traveling trainer or something like that?
I'm too old for that.
Like kind of you have a lot of relatives in Beaumont, Texas, so
I'm too old for that. No.
so you want us to come to you, right?
Yes, come to me. Come to me. No, I did when I first started. I was, like I said, I trained on the north and the south town side of Houston, so that's a lot of driving. So I live directly in the middle of both of my locations. So I travel to the north side of town, and then the end of the day I travel to the south. And so I did that for as long as I felt that I needed to. And when I started training for my show, it was just totally, I was a wreck. I was totally a wreck. So I was like, no, um, I'm train at these two locations. I'm not going to do any evening. And you have to make guidelines, or you have to set your boundaries of what you're going to do. And traveling, I don't think I can do traveling.
Hmm. Well, I
That's
guess.
what the internet is for. That's what Zoom is for. We can do Zoom.
Oh, okay, that'll work. Now you know what? When the pandemic first started, I did mine through Facebook.
Yeah.
And so what did I did Zumba through Facebook, and
Uh-huh.
I did that for a long while, a long time, and then I stopped it, and so now
Yeah.
we like I told you earlier, I'm back out there in the street. Well, I don't want to say I'm on the streets but I am. I'm at the shopping center where there's it's vacant, and then we do our little line dancing there.
Mhm.
So
That's
otherwise,
awesome. That's good. You didn't quit because you didn't want to go inside. So
right.
actually, I love working out outside, long as it's not too hot. So,
Hmm.
like I mentioned to you earlier, sweating is awesome, 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 awesome for your workout.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's
I
great.
love to sweat. Everybody said, "We were going. It's too hot. We're gonna sweat. You need to sweat."
Yep, that's right. Sweat out those toxins.
So, what do you know about rhabdomyolysis?
I don't, and I looked that up when you put it on. I just know from what I've read. I have not had a client that have had that. I just know what I've read. I've not worked with a client that have had
Hmm.
problem.
Right, right. I know it tears down the muscles.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so if you did have a person that had that, what would you do for them, or would you just tell them to stay with your doctor or whatever?
I probably would ask them to get a release from their doctor, just letting me know exactly what they could and could not do. And that's where we would start. And I probably would just start them really, really slow, do a lot of stretches and things like that. Almost like a Pilates class.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Have you ever taught Pilates before?
I haven't. I haven't. I took Pilates and I really enjoyed it, but I haven't
Mhm.
taught it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that next. I'm looking for something else to do.
What kind of training or experience will be done in each section? You know,
In
so
each section.
oh yeah, in a section, put it like that.
Oh, like for parts of your body?
Hmm.
Um, so I the way I do training is we work on maybe 1 to 2 body parts that day. So like for today, if you're training, okay, today is going to be leg day. So we're going to work on your quads, the front part of your legs, then we're going to work on your hamstring, the back part of your legs, and of course we're going to get some cardio in.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually have exercises just for those two areas, to really concentrate on that muscle, to build that muscle. And then also the cardio. I like for my clients to do cardio on their own. So the time that they're with me, we
Mm-hmm.
can just strictly do strength training.
Okay.
Um, but they ain't doing what they supposed to.
Right, but now suppose they don't know what cardio training is all about.
Yes, we specifically, when we first started, I say, you're with me 2 days a week. So this is what you're going to do. No, I asked them, what are you going to do on your other 3 days a week? Because we're going to be working out. You need to work out 5 times a week. You need to be moving. It doesn't have to be anything strenuous. It could just be walking. It could be
Mm-hmm.
walk, run. It could be skating. Do something you enjoy. It could be swimming, but it has to be some type of cardio that's going to burn some calories and keep your body moving.
Okay, let's go to our viewers. Sheila said Kay is a gentle
Yeah, they said that too.
giant.
They told me that too.
She says, I'm standing in faith, Kay goes mobile.
Oh no, I ain't heard from the Lord.
Okay, Kay have Zoom training classes?
Let's
Maybe.
see,
Yeah,
maybe.
okay. Karen says it's hot though. Karen is one of my students in my line dance. She said
Mhm.
it's hot though.
Yeah, yeah. Because my other location, we it's a warehouse, so it is hot in there because we have the doors open. But you just have to pay attention to your body. If you're overheating, if you feel dizzy, I constantly ask them, "Hey, how you feeling?" And I keep my eye on their eyes to see how they are looking. Um,
But you tell them like Karen would tell you. I tell them all the time to hydrate, hydrate,
yeah,
hydrate. You have to drink water, and they
before you
don't know
get
it.
there, they
They
need to hydrate before they get there.
mm-hmm,
Before you need to have body water in your body all day long, so you can be
mm-hmm,
hydrated by the time you're there.
right. And like I said, we're outside, so
Mm-hmm.
we have to,
Yeah.
we have to do what we have to do. Cheryl Chambers says, I used to exercise regularly. I used to exercise that you got ED. Okay. So we want you to start doing it again. I used to exercise regularly. She said low yoga, line dance, Zumba, walking. But lately I have not been as motivated. What can you suggest to get me motivated again? Now that's one of my students.
What I always tell everyone is get something that you care about. So how by you not being active, how is that affecting your life? And how is it going to affect your life later down the line, that in the years to come? I want to be here for my grandkids. I want to see them get married and so on and so on. So I must take care of my body. So that motivates me. And then also, what we do too is we set goals. So buy a dress or put money aside. I'm taking this trip and I'm gonna wear this little outfit on my trip. Set some goals. Set some goals. Think about things that are important to you that you need to be around for, because the truth of the matter is you don't get younger, you get older. So we have to, if we hadn't started taking care of our body when we were younger, we need to start now so that we can be here to do what God has called us to do, number one, and then number two, be here for our families,
Right.
or just to enjoy yourself. You don't want to be here for your bad kids. You might want
Okay.
to take some trips.
Exactly. And we love to travel. And this COVID not gonna last always. Travel don't last always. So
Yeah, yeah,
do what she say do. She said Karen says, yeah, she says drink water. Yeah, I say drink
yeah.
water all the time.
Drink
So
water.
D says, I'm in the line dance. I'm in the line dance you also with you also wink.
Wink.
That means she never there.
Never that.
She calls every week and said, I'm on my way, and I never see her. I'm in line dance with you with okay. Karen says, yes, set goes.
Yeah.
Sheila says, grandchildren, hold on. Grandchildren is a great
Great
motivation.
motivation. Yeah,
It is.
it is. Yeah.
Right.
and they need you. They really do. I thank God that I had my grandmother in my life when I was growing up. So grandparents mean a lot, especially nowadays, because there are some things that grandparents can impart in your grandchildren that the parents
Mhm.
are not don't have time to. I say
Karen says, I want to lose 10 pounds by mid October.
absolutely doable.
That's a goal.
Absolutely, do. That's a
That's a
goal.
goal. That's a goal.
Hmm.
So what you gonna have to do? You have to work at it. You just
Yeah.
can't just stand there. You gonna have to work at it.
You know what I did when I needed to lose 10 pounds this last time? I set my goal for a pound a week. So every Saturday we weighed ourselves. And if I
Hmm.
didn't make my goal that Saturday, I punished myself. I didn't go nowhere that weekend or anything because my issue was I love to eat out. I love to eat out. So I
We
didn't
related.
go. Yeah, I did not go anywhere or anything. I needed to lose that pound. And before you know it, you'll get to the October and what's that, 6 weeks away, you've already down 6 or 7 pounds. So
Right.
set you a weekly goal. So and then you can set a daily goal. Um, my water for today. Did I have all of my water today? Because that's a big part of losing weight.
So how much water you suggest people to drink?
It really, I always say at least 96 ounces, because it really depends on your age and your weight and how active you are. But I always say at least 96 ounces. That's a little shy of a gallon. Um,
Hmm.
um, I like to do a gallon because I'm so active. We work out a lot, and I'm training a lot, so I like to do a little bit more because I'm more active.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I will be 69 by the end of this year.
Wow.
And so I'm very active. I like to
Yes. You
exercise.
would never tell that. You just look great.
Thank you. Girl running our blood.
Yes, it does. Thank you, God.
It's our bloodline. And
Yes.
um I walk in the morning. I walk 5 miles, 5 or 6 miles in the morning, and
Wow.
in the evening and afternoons I teach my line dance class or whatever. And
Mhm.
so the days that I don't teach it, I try to do some type of exercise outside on my patio. I try to do something on my patio to just keep me busy
Yeah.
and to keep my bloodline going and blood.
Yes.
So, but and I hate water, but I always drink the flavored water.
Mm.
And so, but now I'm beginning to like water. I don't know
Good.
why it's beginning. I'm getting to just like the regular old fashioned water.
Good. Good.
So,
Good. You can try the different. I know a lot of people say they don't notice, but I notice the different taste in the waters.
hmm
So I'm not gonna call out a name because I ain't giving any kind of marketing. But there's a brand of water that's much smoother tasting than some of the other brands of water. So
hmm
try different ones if you don't really like the water.
you
I
can
hear
always
that a lot.
you can always text me that name.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheila. Sheila says you look great, Deborah. Thank you, Sheila. And, D said yes, the D would look good. Look great. So okay, so how many sex? You say you do 2 sexes a week or what?
To um I try to, that's hard because I try to work the full body. So I try to I have to get a little creative. So I only have an hour with you. So if we're doing legs, I'll sneak a couple of back exercises in there. So something like that because I need to get a full body workout with you. If you're only with me 2 days a week, if you're with me 3 days a week, that's great. I can get all the body parts. But if you're with me 2 days a week, I have to be a little creative in how I assign the workout.
Now I like leg exercise. I love
Yeah,
leg.
most people do because that's
Yeah,
your strongest muscle.
that's the strongest
Yeah,
muscle.
yeah. So most people like the leg exercises better
Mm-hmm.
than the upper body
Right.
because especially as women, we're not as I don't think, don't quote me, I don't think we're as strong in our upper body as we are in our legs because we don't use it as much.
Mm-hmm.
you know so
what would you say to someone who's been physical all their life, who's been, I mean, just worked out all their life, and now their legs have, given out on them, and they on a walker or a cane, put like a cane. We're not
Mhm.
going as far as a walker, cane. And I, during when the pandemic first came out, and I was doing a lot of leg exercise, and she was doing it with me. And then she went to a doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, you walking a lot better." She said, "Thanks to my classmate. She's been doing leg exercise, but now now that I don't do it, she's back on the cane again." So,
Yeah.
what would you say for her to, what would she do?
She's got to take accountability for herself because you said she was working out with you
Mm-hmm.
and she's not.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Mm-mm.
So she's going to have to, she saw the difference. So
Mm-hmm.
now she's going to have to, it's all about the mindset. The mind is so powerful. You have to set your mind on the results that you want. Not so much what you have to do, because sometimes that can be tedious. It can be a problem, or it can be hard. But you have to set. She's got to set her mind on the results that she got when she was with you. So even if she has to take a picture and put it on her refrigerator of maybe line when y'all was walking or line dancing or whatever when she was mobile, she has to look at that picture and decide that that's what she wants again, and that has to be her motivation.
Mm-hmm.
That's She's going to have to take accountability for that, and that's one thing I've had to learn. Even with my kids, you can't want things for them that they haven't set their mind to do yet. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's a point of accountability.
We as a person, we procrastinate a lot.
Yeah, I do
And
too.
yeah, and we procrastinate a lot. And then we say, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna join Kay's class, or probably Monday, and Monday never gets here.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So how do we get this mindset?
You know what, Deborah, as you were talking, something just popped in my mind. Sheila Whiting, she's on now. She's kind of like an accountability partner. She calls in checks on me and I check on her. So we need those type of people in our life that's going to help push us. Hey girl, did you get out this week? No, I didn't feel like it. Well, why not? Or what can I do to help you get out next week? So you need to surround yourself with positive people and people that's going to help push you. If you're trying to lose weight, and I tell this to the ladies, we had this big issue over this summer. We did a big transformation program, and the ladies had to lose 20 pounds by, I think, what was it, July 20 something. And so that the problem was is that everybody had vacations, everybody was going out to eat, everybody was post COVID mode. They was ready to party and see everybody, but you still got to lose 20 pounds. Your friend is, they partying, but you have to lose the 20 pounds. So we had to literally tell them, you got to start turning down some invitations. You got to get people on your team that knows that you are trying to lose 20 pounds, that's going to encourage you, that's not going to be inviting you to go eat at Red Lobster or wherever, that they're going to ask you to come over and y'all can cook, and you cook what's on your menu. So you have to have people in your corner that's going to help you with your goals and
Right.
not set you back. So you got to have people. It sounds like you have a good group. So you guys, your line dance group,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, y'all can all kind of encourage one
Encourage
another.
one
If
another.
somebody's
Yeah.
not showing up, hey, where you at? You need me to pick you up? What's going on?
Yeah. And we do that. I mean, I think it was last week, one of the ladies didn't show up, and we thought that was her car out there. And I said, "No, she walking the mall, walking up and down the mall." And so that found out that wasn't her. So my sister did call and asked, "Where are you?" And
Right,
and
right. That's
say
good.
she was sick. Sheila says, "My challenge is my knees and back. Therefore, I'm not motivated to exercise. Encourage me."
Okay. So what I'm gonna say, and I've already she already know, when you're at a place where you're having issues in your body, go ahead and lose the weight first. So you're gonna need to be on a diet plan. So you need to get on a food plan. You can lose weight without exercising, people. You can lose weight without exercising. Remember, I told you food is 80% of the whole process. So you can lose the weight. And then once you're down about 30 pounds, you'll find that your knees don't hurt, your back not hurting. One of the ladies in the gym, I was listening to her a while ago, and she's a young lady too. So she didn't even step foot in the gym until she lost 60 pounds because she was so heavy. She it would hurt just to do everything. So
Mm-hmm.
she lost 60 pounds, and then she came to the gym, and then she met her goal, and she ended up participating in one of our fitness shows and won first place. This is a young lady coming from over 200 pounds down to 100 and what I think 30 something pounds
No way.
yeah,
No way.
participating in a fitness show. But my point is, before she can even exercise, she got on. I think she did. I'm not advocating keto, but this is what she did. She did a keto diet plan and lost 60 pounds, which made it easier on her knees and her back to even start working out. So you got
Right.
to get on a food plan. Food plan, you don't have to do any exercise. None. Lose the weight first and then start your walking. Then start you get you some weights at home. Start live. You can buy you some weights at Academy, some 5 pounds.
Right.
Get you
Right.
some 5, 8, and 10 pounds. Start off with your 5 pounds, doing 3 sets of 15 curls. Move up to 8 pounds because you're gonna get stronger. So, Miss Sheila, you already know.
She was trying to get out of it. I think she.
Well, she just maybe she's saying somebody else may need to know as well.
Right. Right. Okay. 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 We let her go by that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Karen said she need a partner. Cheryl says she noticed that she lost weight since she's been line dancing.
Yes,
So, and it's cardio. It's line dance is
it is.
cardio, and you need that cardio, and you need the strength also. So, uh,
Right.
you have to. She said you have to surround yourself with like-minded people to accomplish any task. Right.
That's
Right.
right. That's
Right.
right. It's
Right.
it's so it's so much easier when you
Right.
have everything's better with two. We should not have to do anything alone.
Right. And Kay, the line dance class I teach, like I said, we teach. We'll go 45 minutes to an hour. However, I look at
Hmm.
my watch. Say it's time to go, and it's free. It's open to the public.
Right.
Anybody can come out there. But people don't see it that way. I don't know if it's because of COVID. Is it because they wear their masks, you know,
Yep.
or if it's just that they just don't want to do it. I don't know what the deal is.
Well,
So
I think people have gotten to a place of, I don't know if it's complacency or, like you say, not motivated, but truth be told, being in lockdown and last year really put a toll on everybody.
hmm
So it's really hard for people to get moving again. So, as I stated before, we're just going to have to change our mindset and really get back in the mind of, I got to do it. I got to do it. This is what I'm going to do. Put it down on your calendar. This is the day you're going to start. And that's the day you're going to start.
yeah, yeah. So when you do your classes, do you talk about nutrition and dietary in your class?
I do. I do. The first day, I actually do a separate session for just the nutrition part. I talk about macros, the counting your macros. Everybody doesn't like to do that because it ties you to numbers.
hmm
But I can give you just an overall view of what your day of food should look like. I can tell you, hey, you need to be at least eating 1,700 calories. And Deborah, you'd be surprised at how many people are not eating 1,700 calories, but they're overweight. It's because of the type of food that they're eating. So we sit down and we look at what you're eating. I educate them on what's a protein, what's a carbohydrate, and what's a fat. And a lot of people say, oh, I'm eating peanuts and Coke at night. That's not good. No, That's a bunch of fat and a bunch of sugar. So once they're able to see, look at their plate, once they're able to look at their plate and see fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, then they're able to manipulate their food a little bit better in order to lose weight. So it
Right.
is. I do definitely talk about it in my training session.
And you saying 1,700 calories. Y'all, that's good because my doctor, our nutritionist, put like that, just put me on a $1,500 diet. So
1,500.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
1,500.
Yeah.
And so I would love to be on a 1,700. But I like a lot of sweets, and they know that I
Right.
cannot eat sweet because I am a diabetic. And I
Mhm.
do have to keep my A1C down.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I that's why I exercise. That's not like you said. Number one, that's why I exercise a lot.
Right. That's
Because
good.
yeah,
That's good.
that's why, because I want to keep it down, and plus, like you said, you want to see your grandkids, you want to be here for your grandkids and for them to grow
Mhm.
up. And I don't
Mhm.
have any right now, but you want to be here for your grandchildren and see them grow up and everything and get
Mhm.
married. But we can't do it if we're gonna just sit around and do
Right.
absolutely nothing with
Exactly.
our lives.
Exactly. That's
So
right.
and watch when you watch the change in your mindset when you exercise.
Absolutely. That's so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
There's a hormone in your body that's triggered once you start moving. And I
Hmm.
tested this with a person before. She was all down and didn't want to come work out. So I said, just come. And so she's my high school friend. We went to college together, so
Hmm.
we can act silly. So when she got there, I said, what we're gonna do for the first 15 minutes, we just gonna dance. So we put on some of our old music. This is at the gym. We put on our old music that we used to listen to in college, and we danced and cut up. And before she knew it, she was laughing, and we finished the workout. We did the workout. So your body follows what your mind tells it to do. If your mind says, "Oh, I'm sad," then your body's like, "Oh." But if your mind says, "Oh, it's a party," then your body follows and says, "Oh, it's a party."
Hmm.
So that's why I say you have to have the mindset to do
Hmm.
something different or just to do something.
Right. And I like what I do at my class. I like to make my class fun. So I'm always how yeah, with the song and everything, yeah. And
Yep.
I'll be telling the students, come on, y'all, people can pick it up, and they just like low key. I'm not a low key person.
Yeah.
I like to have fun, and
Yeah.
that's the way your mind will get to your body saying, okay, we this is not an exercise. We just
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Sheila says, let me see what Sheila says.
Oh
Get
my
one
goodness.
sample of balanced, healthy plate that can break down fat.
Okay. Um, a chicken breast, about 4 to 5 ounces of chicken breast. Asparagus. I'm big on asparagus because
I
asparagus.
just gonna eat asparagus. Yes.
Yeah, asparagus. Maybe 8 stalks, and by the stalks I mean the long stalks. Maybe eight
Mhm.
stalks of asparagus, and then you can have a carb, a sweet potato.
No sweet potato.
Maybe a small sweet potato, depending. Now it's going to depend on your activity level. Maybe a small sweet potato, and then you can have a nice glass of coffee. And then with that, you can even have a little dessert afterward, maybe some fat-free jello or something, sugar-free jello for your dessert. And all of those, that's a balance. That's you have your carbs, you have your protein, and you can even spray a little bit of margarine or just a little bit on your asparagus for your little bit of fat.
Right,
Or you
right.
can have a little small salad, a small dinner salad, and put your little salad dressing on there for the fat. So therefore you have your carbohydrates, your protein, and your fat.
Elizabeth says, how about broccoli with nothing on it?
Broccoli is okay, but what I find is broccoli holds a lot of water weight.
Mm-hmm.
So broccoli is made up of, I think, 90% of water. So it's only fitting that it's when you eat it, it's going to hold a lot of water weight.
Right.
So we don't really use broccoli when we're trying to lose weight. It's okay. It's healthy. It's not a lot of fat in it. It's a good carb, But and to lose weight, we don't put broccoli on our menu. That's just what we do.
So how often do you have your fit shows?
Um, there's a show going on every other month, but once a year or twice a year. We don't do them more than twice a year. I have not seen more than twice a year. I did mine's every other year. This year was that was probably my last show. I did one in 2018, and we were scheduled to do one in 2020, but because of COVID, the show was canceled, and so we pushed it back to this year. So once a year.
So what does it consist of?
The show that we do is a bodybuilding show, so they're judging your physique. So they're judging, so they have different categories. They have bikini, they have sports model, they have evening gown, they have physique. So depending on what category that you're in, that's what they're judging. So bikini, they may be judging how lean you are, your muscle mass, how well you look in your swimsuit. If you're in sports model, they're judging how well you look in your sports model outfit, how what's your personality in it, your muscle mass. It's just not how cute you are. You have to have some muscle mass for it. So just depends on what category.
So if I wanted to pick a personal trainer, should I pick a personal trainer um who abs look good?
Abs look good. Well, don't be judging a book by its cover, because my abs do not look good right now. I'm working on them.
Right.
Yeah. Because as women, we can go have a bad weekend, and I blow our abs just the total.
Exactly. Hey,
You can go eat at, have some shrimp and bread and a glass of wine. Tomorrow you are going to have some fat on your stomach.
that's
So
right.
I wouldn't judge my trainer by her abs. I would judge her by her results. If she can show me where she's taking people from here to here, what has she done with people? But she also needs to be fit herself, because that's like going
Exactly.
to a hairdresser and their hair is not dressed. But that's just judging, because a lot of salon owners hair looks, they just don't have
Horrible.
time to do theirs as nice.
It's
They
just
don't
gonna say horrible,
have time, but they're very good.
but they're very good. Yeah. So how long would it take me to reach my goal? Or does it depend on me?
Depends on you. So like I say, I like to set a goal of a pound a week. That's a safe, doable goal of a pound a week. So if you wanted to lose 30 pounds, then you're going to have maybe 3-4 months. Now, some people, I have one client that was losing like 3 to 4 pounds a week, but she was heavy. So the heavier you are, the more weight you're going to lose very quickly. The leaner you are, you just have some fat in some areas. We're going to have to work a little strategically. You'll probably lose a pound a week.
Yeah. Wow.
So
So if I lose that pound a week, say I lose a pound a week, and I get to the point where this is what I want, this is where I want to be.
mhm.
Do I need to continue to be with you, or do I need to go out on my own and continue doing what you taught me?
Do what I taught you. It's not realistic for anyone to stay with a personal trainer forever. I do have a couple of people that said they just going to come for maintenance. Um, but once you get to that goal weight, your trainer should be able to give you some tips on how to maintain. You no longer need to eat so strictly like you were eating. What you can do is, you can still enjoy your family, go to social gatherings and eat. But by that next day or so, you need to get back on your healthy eating plan. It is all about eating healthy,
Eating healthy.
not restricting anything from your diet. I like keto to lose weight, but you can't eat keto your whole life.
Okay.
So you cannot. So you have to find a place in the middle where you can eat healthy and not gain weight. So coming off of keto, you have to gradually introduce carbohydrates back into your diet. And someone needs to show you how to do that. And then you need to maintain just that type of diet. You see what works for you and maintain that.
I thought about and seriously thought about vegan. And as a matter of fact, I went to the doctor last week, and I talked to him about being a vegan and everything, and they say, that's plant based. That's what God tells us to do. Eat everything from the ground, but when you stay there,
Uh-huh.
it's up to
Exactly.
you when you stay there. And, he said, now you got to remember, sweets don't come from the ground.
No, no.
Oh,
And sugar is so addictive. And
yeah,
I have never been a real sweets person. You can put sweets in front of me all day long, and I've never would, desire them. But this last year of my life, I have had the biggest challenge with sweets. And I don't know, because of maybe, menopause or whatever, but I have had the biggest challenge. And once I opened up that door to eating those sweets, it has been so hard to get back on track with sweets. That's one of the reasons I'm doing a detox, because I need to get that uh that out of my body, so I won't crave it.
right.
But sugar is, I call it the devil.
Yeah, the devil's advocate.
It is. It's hard. It's so
It's hard.
hard
It
on your
definitely
body.
is. It definitely
Yeah.
is. Cheryl Chambers said, "What do you think about the Mediterranean
I
diet?"
love it. I love it. I love all. I think you can, with that one. You have you have the carbs, the fat, and the protein, so you're fine. I like that one.
Right, right. So it's almost time for us to get on out of here. What would you lead the audience about being fit and staying fit, especially during this pandemic? Because like I told you, like we said earlier, we don't want to do it because we are now laid back, we relaxed,
Hmm.
and we've been thrown to the curb and everything. So we don't want to stay fit. We don't want a personal trainer. We don't want to train a period, whether personal or just someone out there dancing in the streets. We
Right.
don't want that. So
Yeah.
what would you tell a person about staying fit?
Okay. I think you need to get passionate about your health. At some point, it is good to look good in that dress and to be able to wear what you like, but you have to be, this epidemic or this pandemic has shown us how important your health is. So you have to get passionate about your health. A healthy body is able to fight off diseases. I'm not just talking about COVID. Everything, colds and pneumonia, a healthy body is able to fight those diseases off. So we have to get passionate about being healthy. When the shutdown happened back in March, I was so angry. I was angry because I work out of a gym, so all of my people had to stay home. But we did Zoom. But what I found a lot of people doing is they had their outings was going to the grocery store or buying groceries, and the groceries they were buying was not healthy food. So everybody gained 10 and 15 pounds. One person I know gained 30. So what I decided to do is I said, well, I'm not going to be that. So I took up bike riding. I had not been bike riding before. So I decided to challenge myself and do something different, because I said, I'm going to be passionate about my health. So I started riding a bike. Then I bought me another bike. I started riding in the like mountain bike, and then I rode the street bike. So I challenged myself because my goal is to be healthy. And I knew sitting at home eating all this unhealthy food was not going to keep me healthy. So we just have to make up in our minds that we're going to we got to be healthy in order to be here,
Mm-hmm.
to be here next year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Look like to me, Kay, look like exercises in our family. We want to stay fit.
Yeah, you said good genes. So we thank God for our DNA. We thank God for our DNA.
We thank God for it, and I appreciate you so much for coming on tonight and
Thank you for
talking to us
having me.
about staying fit and being fit. And that's just get out there and exercise. If we want a personal trainer, if you're in the Houston area, you're looking for a personal trainer that you fit you. Where is fit you in Stafford?
It's since I have a training facility in Stafford and one in Spring. So I think you're trailering my number on the screen there, so you can give me a call. I'm also on Facebook under my name, Kayako Johnson. I also have a page, Fit You Personal Training. And the Women's Health and Fitness Center also has a page. You can go there and look at the, some of the trainings in the gym as well.
And I appreciate you because anybody that put God first, hey, you can't go wrong with that.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes, and then what you have gone through in your life, you know, um, it's remarkable. So,
God is
y'all, if you like I said, if you're in the Houston area, look up Kay Johnson. Her number is going across the screen, and just give her a call. Give
Mhm.
her a call. I'm gonna try to get her to Beaumont one of these days.
Maybe we'll do a big at one of your line dances. Maybe we'll do a big we'll do a workout instead of a line dance.
Right, right. So you just let me know when you come, and
Okay.
y'all heard that, right? My people who's on there, y'all heard that,
We
right?
gotta wait till it get a little cooler though.
Don't let me too cold, because this lady who just came on, Priscilla, she'll tell you I ain't going out cold. It's awesome. So look, next week, guys, we're gonna talk with a nutritionist next week, and so if you on there next week, join me and Miss Young. I forgot Garland Young. Yeah, she's a nutritionist, and she's from Arkansas, I think. So she's gonna talk to us about our nutrition, and so like Kay has already told us what we need to eat. So one lady said, "What broccoli? She love broccoli. She can't eat. She can have no broccoli."
Yeah, you can eat broccoli, but we just don't use it to lose weight. Broccoli is very healthy. It's better than eating, something that's unhealthy. You can have
Right,
broccoli.
right, right.
Hmm. I would have it even as raw rather than cooked because it'll help with your digestive system.
Okay.
But broccoli is good, but you need to make sure you add some other vegetables. Venture out, try
Yeah,
some other vegetables.
yeah. Put those mustard greens and collard greens together.
Yeah. Hmm. Kale, add some kale in your greens.
Yeah, get some kale. Kale. I really didn't realize how much kale is good for you. And I had some.
Excellent,
I'm like, dog, I like this.
excellent, excellent.
Yes,
Oh, you're
yes.
making me hungry now.
Or put in a smoothie. I know. Put in a smoothie. Okay,
Right.
let me get our viewers off. I appreciate you guys for coming on tonight. And you say, okay, I appreciate you guys for coming on tonight. Thank you. You guys are always supporting me. I appreciate you the highest. And like I said, next week we have the nutritions on next week. And we're going to just keep going higher and higher. God bless you and God keep you is my prayer. As always, if I can help somebody as I pass along this way, then I know that my living is not in vain. God bless you. Good night. Smooches.
Bye.